if there's a noise gate or something in place here, so they don't want to pump while they're live and not start screaming.
Yes, that would be work. Yes.
So, okay, you didn't even just write more technical apology. Thank you.
And something totally like wrong and elaborate stuff that you're doing.
All right, we're going to count down the start of this match. Chile will serve. We're going to start from 10 when you're ready to go. All right, let's count it down. Help me out here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Miscommunication on Chile's side, Barbados points.
So I got the DM audio coming from my place. Sorry. I restarted it. I was going to say the compressor because I was trying to do this, but it's fixed. No, it's plug and play.
And that ball is just a big swing from Zons. No use back to serve for Chile.
Okay, cool. All right, sorry,
Francis using the block, and that ball is out. And he will serve.
Trying to replay everything that is into the net or straight up. You know
They lost.
should be back in.
That was long, point Chile. Don continues his serving run.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, but I don't think that so we have it yeah, because Premier League in there for the teams who have degree, and then like allowed our team. It was like to do the same thing. Yeah, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to hold any provincials.
Good hit from Barbados, that is long. Rodriguez fighting through that block. That ball's long, point Barbados. Corey Webster.
All the Trojans broadcast here lives in my basement.
Rodriguez, off the hand.
You have a sporting primarily like kind of like you do more of the equipment in that time.
And I get a student through that I can watch it.
I guess that's what's less stopping.
Basketball is a lot of there's a lot going on. Volleyball is much more.
Big swing through the block of Louise.
Actually, no, this one. Once I get off the zone, I can go to volleyball.
Good chase, and that is
I know that's catch people in a good day, you know. But
For those types of people
Canada is all over that.
yeah, it's definitely day three. You're like, I'm running out of things today.
Going OT on that one. That ball's long. Rodriguez will serve for Chile. Big swing and Chile is called on the net. Barbados will serve. Sons, the run of the needle on that one.
Yeah, family TV, please.
Francis spinning his way through the block. Matthew serving for Barbados. Big swing from Louis. That's a Castillo. Louis serving for Chile. Big swing from Francis. Thomas got his dive.
And then they moved the men's program into Gatineau, and then the women's was Richmond. But a lot of my dad's era, a lot of the kids,
Contreras.
and I 10 years we're gonna have another round of them. Oh, like you're not playing. So they're all traveling to watch the older kids. So now watching the younger ones, they don't care. Because everyone's watching their kids, you know? But, and now more than ever, they have so many more roster today. Like when I was playing, there's also NEST, which is
Barbados looking for the touch, but that ball is long.
I think it's like September. And then they go back to their hometowns and their countries. So they basically are training the entire year. And then they get some of the at time they started running. We actually hosted a big one. But yeah, these kids have playing like 100%.
And a big swing from the center.
Here comes up. 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 Here comes up.
That ball is not coming over. Point for Chile.
Have you watched any?
I started playing a little bit of USA. I was able to watch yeah. So I've been so excited. So I've been packing up.
That's an ace for Sans, and that brings us to set point for Chile.
Now everybody clap your hands.
it's better for the outside to be on the farthest spot because they can go this way from the option and the right side can go this way. Who cares? But when you've got the outside here and they try to go this way, you have more room to get like this way. And the right side then also has, I guess it doesn't matter for the right side, but to me it's better to have, I like this one. And my coach was a stander and a wizard, very legal like this. And I definitely stepped on his toes. I'm like, oh, knock me down. Like, you're not going to get to my way. You know, like, basically.
Yeah, you gotta go better.
Yes. So when they know this is a guy, oh man, and I'll cry off because I feel so bad.
Vivanco back to serve. Nice serve from Natoya. Thomas, he's diving passes. And Natoya will serve for Barbados.
Thank you for such a pretty delivery. I had to feed him anyway.
Luis finding his way through the block. Good day from Barbados on the net again. Luis will continue to serve. That's an ace for Luis.
Welcome to the 2025 NORCECA Men's Volleyball U21 Pan Am Cup from the 7-Sheet Sportsplex and Gym Starlight Center in Alberta. Thank you so much for all your patience, for those watching the stream, for waiting for commentary. Just doing a little bit of detail work to make sure we're giving you the best quality that we can give you. Heading into the second set here, we now have Chile up 10-6 over Barbados. Chile took the first set 25, I think it was 13 or 14. We were doing a little bit of running around while we were trying to watch at the same time, but we do have Chile up 1 set over Barbados. Nice serve, good receive, overpass, good flush down. Sands middle, oh, been an early timeout here. Good move from Chile's end, from number 22. First name Mateo, last name Stan, position outside hitter. Birthday April 16, 2008. Really good decision on his end. When the ball comes that close to the net, you want to do something called a flush or a party ball. That's something that's also considered, but a flush is when you take it and you almost set it and you give it like a block attempt almost to pull it down into a zone. That's almost a guaranteed point every single time. With a party ball, when you're trying to hit, sometimes we miscalculate it, and although we want to put it right into the ground, sometimes it goes up and out. So really great decision on his end. I've been seeing some really nice ball here from the boys. I mean, we're going on what, day 4 now, day 4 of 5, or so. You know, everyone's probably feeling it a little bit. It's a lot of travel from these teams coming into Calgary, Alberta, and it's well, we're just outside of Calgary, Alberta. We're on Treaty 7 land. Just a lot of traveling for these guys. Nice serve, good receive from Barbados. Up. Good block attempt. Good pickup. Let's see if we're going to get a long rally here, if it's going to be one and done. Yeah. Just long from Chile. You know, I don't mind that back row attack look. I think Barbados is just trying to open up their offense as much as they can, but Chile is definitely doing a good job at just keeping solid and running its course the way it needs to be run. As of right now, I don't think a lot of these teams have made any adjustments per se. Everyone's just still trying to figure out their own way. Good receive here. Oh, good middle swing off the block and down. Good effort from Barbados' Isaiah Francis. Hitting the deck, trying to see if he can get a hand on that ball. I love that pursuit. I love it, love it, love it. You never know. A slow down off a block is supposed to be one of the easier ways to pick up a ball, but it's when it catches the fingertips and then it rolls off and down. That's a little bit harder. Top spin serve, long. Nice floater, good receive. Up, calling on the C ball. Yeah, I don't think that one was getting over the net there. A little bit low. So the route that was just run from the backcourt, that is what we call a C ball. Sometimes it's called a D ball if you want to come outside the court, but that's when the setter traditionally is front row and wants to drop the ball into the zone behind him, giving it to the right pin hitter. Float serve. Nice receive. Up, calling on the outside. Good offhands. Nice receive from Barbados. Here we go. Going to the left. Oh, tip attempt. Nice pickup. Left side's out. Going to go for that right side. Out of there. My apologies. C ball again. So when you're hitting from the back row as a back row hitter, you are not allowed to have your foot step on the white 3-meter line that we see, where the dark brown wood is separated and the light run would have separated that outline. You can jump behind it and go into the zone, but your foot cannot touch that line. You can jump over it. So sometimes when there's a little bit too much lead, get a little bit of self-doubt, might take it a little bit lower. Really got to focus on jumping up for that one. Oh, good out-of-system ball here. Take a rip. Oh, you know what? I like that pursuit, though. Oh, I don't mind that swing from Williams-Bailey. It's definitely off the net and inside, but I mean, you got to put the other team in a tough situation the best that you can. Not resorting to a free ball, I think, is really admirable, especially early on in this match. Still trying to settle in, figure it out. Barbados is right there with Chile, even though they're down one set. Doesn't matter. Still a ton of game left to play. Nice serve. Oh, good receive. There you go. High two. Gonna call on the outside again. Good. Rip into the cross court. Here we go. Nice pick up. Yep. Another. Good use of the hands here. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. Make it work. Come on now. Yes. Great decision. Oh, that's nice. That's a great use of the roll, especially going high down that line, finding that open zone between the 1-6 area. Sometimes your setter, your right side, will want to release a little bit early out of position, which puts a lot of pressure on position 6 to kind of fill in that like latter half. So it's kind of a finger pointing game of, is that yours? Is that mine? It's a little bit too shallow for 6, a little bit too deep for position 1. Really nice change of pace there. Nice receive. Here we go. C-ball. Yeah. No way. Okay, that's not fine. Supposed to be definitely not cheering for one team or the other, and I promise you I'm not, but I just like good volleyball. Also, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Maddie Wellscraft. I will be your color and play-by-play commentator for the rest of today and the rest of the matches, and also tomorrow. I will be joined by Olympian Greg Wellscraft for the bronze and gold medal games tomorrow. Just looking forward to continuing to talk about just great volleyball and what we see here. And just want to thank CBC for having me on, and just the stream for being available to those who want to watch from so far away. Hope everyone's been enjoying the tournament so far. Good rip into the cross. Here we go. Good pickup. Another look on the C. No, just a little bit too low. Chile doing a really nice job of being just really calm on their block, really trying to read and explode into the zone that they need to be in. I'm not seeing a ton of seam work. Also, I'm up pretty high, so I don't necessarily always get certain angles, but I think they're doing a really good job at just closing, making sure that those gaps that they want to be available for the defenders are available. A lot of the time people think that blocking is to get the block, but it's actually to set the defense. Nice float serve. Oh, great receive. Oh, good joust of the net here. There we go. Oh, middle set. Come on now. Yes. Yeah, great use of an out-of-system ball there. Very impressed by Casanova Gonzalez for his hands. Traditionally, middles aren't necessarily known for their soft skills, or their primary skills, I guess you would say, as setting. But I like that he just took it and went to his best option, which is his outside pin hitter in that moment. That's great. Also, I do want to address, I will be trying harder to address players by name, but I have them in a way that is not really easy to read off of, I'm not going to lie, but I will do my best to not just call them by number. I know it's very important, you know, you have a couple of things in this world and your name is one of them, and these young men deserve to be represented by their names as best as I can. So, yeah. And also, I hope that the families that are watching are just really enjoying what these young men have done here. They should feel just an immense sense of pride that they get to be on one of the bigger stages, and I hope that their home countries also feel pride for them as well. This is such a great place for them to be, playing great volleyball against some other great places and great teams. And sadly, we are missing Cuba and Venezuela this year. Cuba, the reigning champ from 2023, but just unfortunately not able to make our tournament due to some last-minute circumstances. So we do miss them. We're at a 16 tournament this time, but that's no problem. We ball, as we say. Okay, out of system. A little bit miscommunication. Oh, good use. Come on. Calling on the pipe. Nice use. Good pickup. There we go. Good rip into the cross, but blocked and down. Williams-Bailey is getting a ton of volume right now. I mean, I'm not necessarily thinking that Barbados is out of system. Even so, when I talk about out of system, it's when the ball isn't necessarily in an easy zone for the setter. But the setter for Barbados, Jones, he's got a really great high contact where he takes the ball. But just getting a little bit scrambly here, really having to call on your outside to take a lot of these big swings. It's a lot easier to place the ball to an outside position than maybe a right side, especially at this level. At the senior men's level, they might get a little bit more creative with their pin hitters, but he's going to have a lot of volume if we got to figure out how to get more in system here. Oh yeah, calling on the C-ball. Nice use. Good pickup from Chile. Here we go. C-ball. Internal. Off the block. Good pickup. little self-coverage there. Out of system, going down the line and high. Oh, yeah. Here we go. There's some scrappy ball here. Let's go. Yeah, good rip. Out of bounds. Great effort from Barbados to just keep going. Sometimes the volleyball, it's not always the prettiest, but it's got to get done. And as long as you don't get called for lifts, that's all that matters. Because I have to check my ruling book here, but I'm not sure if the double contact is still something that we're calling at this tournament. That's something that the U.S. has gotten rid of for the NCAA season, and I think it's being implemented into different levels of volleyball as well. And normally a double touch comes from when you're setting the ball and it comes out a little spinny or just a little bit, I would call it a little bit out of sorts, but they're trying to get rid of it to kind of just keep the game moving. I think you're kind of getting away from the skill, but I also appreciate that we're not going to call everything that is slightly spinny, because some of these balls that get called are still good balls. But nice rip into the cross court. Oh, a little bit of a stare down there from Francis on Barbados. I think he's trying to make a little bit of a statement there. There was a big seam in Chile's block, the biggest one I've seen so far. I think he's really trying to get his team going here. You know, they're still in it. 19-12. It looks like a big gap, but a little bit of a service run here. A couple rallies. You're right back in there. Topspin serve. Nice receive by Chile. Here we go. Run the middle. Good pickup. See ball. Oh! Big block by Casanova. Really good steal. Gonna have a sub here. Jones is coming out, and Reed is coming in. We're swapping our setters. Maybe Barbados is just looking for a little bit of a different way to run their offense right now. I don't necessarily think that Jones is doing anything negative. I just think that, you know, when other teams start to pick up on what you're doing, it's sometimes okay to shift in a certain manner. But I think Jones has had a really good campaign so far. Here we go. Topper. Nice receive. Oh, here, good pin. Yeah, there you go. Webster getting involved. I like that. Atherley back to serve. I'm going to see who he chooses to serve at. Normally you want to stay away from the libero. That's primarily your best passer and your best defender, the person in the wrong color jersey. Going after the front row outside. Yep. Here we go. Oh! Yep. You know what? Yeah. So the power tip has also been a skill in the game that is always up for debate. Sometimes it's about how long you hold it. Sometimes it's if it's too low or not. Everyone's got their own opinions. There was an NCAA, I believe it was a quarterfinal, regional final, Nebraska and Texas, and Logan Eggleston had been throwing it all night. I thought it was clean. I thought it was great. They hadn't been calling her. And when it kind of came down to the wire in that fourth set, they started to call her on it. And I remember just the uproar of what was going on there, because they hadn't called it all game. So just got to make sure that we're keeping that standard high. But also want to just thank our refs and our line judges for being here and giving us the best quality that they can for these young men to continue to play. It's not easy being a ref because you get blamed for everything. But we need them, though. So thank you. Casanova back to serve. We'll also see who he's going to be targeting. Maybe staying away from... Yeah, here we go. Overpass. Party ball. Really trying to target Williams-Bailey here. He is the outside that is receiving in position 6 right now, so that means that he is the guy who's going to get most of the balls that come up the gut. He also has the responsibility to support his outside to his left. Want to make sure there's a miscommunication there. Nice. Yeah, good rep. Oh, nice block, Chile. Going for the float serve here. Good receive by Williams-Bailey. Here we go, calling on the right pin. Here, nice block to end the match. Sands gets it done with authority. Chile really picked up their blocking. I think Barbados was still swinging really nicely, but Chile's just having that extra press that they need to get the ball to go down. They're not getting a ton of soft slowdown touches and playing it out. They're really ending with a bang. So You know, for Barbados, I think they just need to continue to focus on first contact. That always helps in any regard, but in terms of attacking, just trying to go a little bit higher off the hands, not really worrying about planting it right down, but just looking at other ways to score. But, you know, I'm not saying anything that they don't already know. And really, you know, as Chile continues to just do what they got to do, we'll just see how these teams are going to come out. Got about a 3-minute break, not even 2-minute and 19-minute breaks. We'll be back in just a minute here. Okay, we are back for set 3. Chile is up 2-0 over Barbados. We've swapped sides again. Kind of with the same lineup that we started with, I believe, with Barbados. We have Jones is setting. We have Atherley, a middle blocker, in the very front row right now. Oh, here we go. Good receive by Libero. High ball to the left pin. Yep, good slow down and out. Yes, and that's exactly what Barbados needs to do. Chile has been really elevating with their blocking in on Barbados by hitting higher and really trying to get more of the fingertips instead of the very middle of the hand, kind of avoiding that whole press down, going high off and up the block. It's a great point for Barbados to start with. Here we go. Float serve. Good hand receive up in the middle. Yes, and another off the block and down. I like that. That rotation, Matthias Lois is the one that is actually on the opposite as a right side, but it's hitting out of the left side or the left pin for that rotation, doing a really good job of getting them out of there. Another block for Chile. Casanova and Sands just doing a really good job at joining hip to hip. When you, as a middle blocker, are trying to block a pin, you are trying to close to the outside that is on your side. So as a middle blocker, you don't necessarily get to make that decision. You have to just go with what your outsides are doing. So just doing a really good job at really communicating with one another, sticking with each other, hip to hip, not leaving any sort of space. That's what we would call a seam. If there's space between a block, whether it be hands or between, well, technically the seam is between two people. But sometimes you get the goal post, which is the space between the two hands of the single blocker. Oh, good rip, good recycle here. Nice out of system ball, wipe it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was nice. Atherley making a big brain play there. Ball was tight, knew he couldn't really swing on it. Decided to tip a little bit deeper into the court, had realized that Chile had all come up and underneath the open portion of the court. One for Barbados. Here we go. Nice topper. Great receive from Chile. Here we go, right side. Oh, good use. Jones back in setting. Yeah, a bit of a power tip there. Good pickup. Here we go. Sands again. Really like that control from Casanova, the middle blocker, off the block. Ball went through his hands, and he stayed super calm, popped it right back up, was still able to play it out. In volleyball and indoor, a block touch, you still have 3 touches after that. So it can go off the top of your hands, and you yourself, even though you touched it off the block, you can play it back out, and you still have 2 more contacts from the setter and then from someone who wants to attack. So you essentially have 4 touches if you go off the hands because it's a block touch. Oh, nice block here. Good pickup from the libero, Barbados. Here we go. Good rip. Off the block and out. That was a great point. That was great defensive play by the libero from Barbados, Jordan Thomas. Really sticking in there, committing to the bit. Normally your liberos are the ones who do get the most beat up because they're really hitting the floor. A little bit of service confusion here. No problem. Got to make sure you're back there before the whistle goes. But in beach volleyball, a block touch counts as one of the 3 that you have. So if you get a touch off the block, you can play it back off as the person who's hit it, but then you have to go over. Oh, party ball. Oh, bummer. Great for Chile, getting another opportunity to just show a lot of strength, make a good decision, but I think that ball was going out. Atherley was back there doing his job. Barbados playing very deep on the back line. In position 6, which is the middle back portion of the court. If you start there, you're the 6th person to go back to serve. That's kind of the whole point of the numbers. But there's a thing called 6 back and 6 up. And Barbados is playing very far 6 back. He's pretty much standing on the end line, hoping to see if there's a block touch, which puts a lot of faith into Barbados' block, which is the way that they want to run their offense. Chile isn't doing that necessarily. They're kind of staying a little bit more internal. One would even say that they are sucking up into the court. Both have advantages to their own. Nice floater, good receive here from Chile. Up the middle. It's a little bit low there, a little bit of a misconnection between setter middle. No problem. Early on, 5-5 right now. Barbados doing a really good job at just focusing on their game, staying calm, doing what they got to do. Isaiah Francis back to serve. Nice receive here, pulled into that 4 zone. Good rip, nice dig from Thomas. Oh, and just too much chutzpah on it, unfortunately. That's always so disappointing when you're the second contact and it doesn't go the way you want it to because you know it's your time and you get so excited. At least I was so stoked to be able to use my hands when I was playing. Just feeling like, oh, I'm a setter and it's great. And then when you miscalculate, it's really a bummer. But no problem, we move on. Only 6-5 really early on here. Chile back to serve. Nice topper, good receive. Calling on the outside pin header. Here we go, block. Oh. Good attempted coverage from Barbados, but Chile is just piking over the net so well. That press, oh, it's so great. Really nowhere to go. Barbados still just has to find their groove right now. Feeling a little bit isolated. But what do I know? I'm not on the floor. Topper, into the net. Free point for Barbados. Both head coaches from each team very involved and very close to the sideline. Head coach for Chile, Del Campo Guzman Alvaro, very involved with his team during warm-up as well. Very much in their ear, talking. Seems like a very tight-knit culture that they have. Here we go. Nice receive. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Rodriguez really said, I'm putting this in the floor. That was a great receive from Castillo, the libero for Chile. He's been doing a great job. Very solid. And head coach for Barbados, Stuart John, also right on that sideline, but definitely not as close as Del Campo Guzman Alvaro, but very involved. I like it when coaches get involved with the game. Gotta let your team know that you're with them, you know? Okay, here we go. Oh, good decision to switch it up from Barbados. See who they call on. Ooh, left side. Here we go. Yeah, good block touch here. Yeah, a little bit of a lift there. That's okay. So unfortunately, when Sands was getting underneath that ball, he opened up his hand and it just lifted and held a little bit too long. Sometimes you want to close and give it a fist. Sometimes the open is okay if you want to give it a little bit of a, you almost want to hit it back so it comes back up. It just kind of stuck to his hand there. Called for a lift. Barbados point. Here we go. Good rally. Out of there. No touch called from our refs here. No problem. Here we go. We're tied at 8-8 right now. Mind you, Chile is still up 2 sets to none. So if Chile closes up this set, our game is over. But if Barbados wins, we have another set and potentially a 5th set to go to. Floater. Here we go. Tough receive. No problem. Usable ball. Ooh, good switch up. Yes, nice dig. Middle dig. Come on now. Yes. That's some high quality volleyball right there. Even from Chile being a little bit out of system there, that pass is still high enough that setter could get under it and pass up a good ball to his outside pin hitter, and then Barbados just really taking advantage of it. I love when middles get involved in defense. That's great. Nicholas doing a great job and just laying it all out in the line. Good slow down. Here we go. A little bit of a joust here. There we go. You always want to be the second one on a joust. Calling on the outside for Chile. Oh, great defensive efforts by Nicholas. I really, really like that. Yeah, I love a middle up please defense. Like, you can't just do one thing, or you can't just be a good blocker in the front court, but traditionally your middle blockers are bigger. They are bigger and they take up more space. And as someone who is not over 6 foot, not even close, you know, I'll keep my opinions to myself as I share them openly on the stream. But nice floater here. Good use of the hands for a hand pass. Outside again. Nice use of the slow down. Chile. Here we go. Opportunity. Calling on the left hand. Good block from Barbados. Good cover from Chile. Oh, free ball over. Here we go. Nice hard free ball. Don't mind that. Here we go. See who's going to end it here. Nice. Oh, good dig. Oh, no. No. Great rallies. Great rallies. Anytime a rally ends on like a net violation or even the touch of an antenna or, you know, whatever the cause may be, even if it's just not like clean, playable thing, always just breaks my heart, because you never mean to do it, especially when maybe it's your jersey or it's just something and you don't always get to advocate for yourself. But really great rallies that we're seeing here. Barbados really heating up. Woo! Yeah, there you go. Another net violation. Barbados' libero, Thomas Jordan, doing such a great job. Really been enjoying his style of play. Good receive from Thomas. Here we go. Yeah. Big swing from Francis. Also kind of fun that Barbados and Chile actually get to choose what they want on the back of their jerseys. Serves long from Barbados, point Chile. Traditionally, you have just the last name on there, but I'm seeing a couple of first names on here. I'm seeing a lot of hyphenated last names, especially from Chile, but they're choosing to do one over the other. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess you can only fit so many letters onto the back of a jersey, but still kind of nice. Good receive from Barbados. Here we go. Let's go. Big rip. Here we go. See if we're going to go to the middle yet. Nope. Really outside heavy. Big block from Chile. Yeah, I would love to see Barbados get a little bit more creative here. We're really left side heavy. I know the passing has been a little bit hot and cold. We're really pushing the setter into position 4, which is the front left area of the court. But wanting to see if we can maybe run a middle, even an audible 60, which is a middle route behind the setter's head just slightly. There you go. There, I got what I want. It's out, but that's okay. Oh, I think Barbados upset about no call for the touch there. Francis probably felt like he saw something. Been there. Casanova back to serve. Also, incredibly great last name. Casanova. Good receive from Barbados' end here. Yeah, big rip off the block and down. Really like that from Francis. Seems like he's really getting into it. You can see his demeanor when he comes down. Really trying to get his team fired up. They're neck and neck right now. Barbados is only down 1, 12-13, really early in this match. Everybody thinks that after 15 the match is over. That is so inaccurate. You never know what's going to happen. Volleyball is one of those rare... Oh. Clean ace for Barbados. That was a great float serve. Came up a little bit high. Looked like it might have been soaring out and then just dropped in that back corner. That is awesome. Getting a little bit of momentum here for Barbados. So I expect Chile to respond. They've been so solid this entire match. Floater. Good receive from Chile. Yo. Oh. No worry. Barbados just letting Chile kind of do their thing. Not having to try too hard to get them out of their own element. That's one of the things about volleyball, is that when another team kind of starts to waver a little bit, you want to do your best to almost let them do that. Just let them do them, and you do you. Oh, good block there. Okay, here we go. Still playing. Yeah, run them. Oh, yeah, right side. Yes, off the block and down. Out of bounds. Let's go. Barbados now at 15-13. Chile calling a timeout, just taking a breather here. Chile's just been so solid, and now that Barbados is starting to heat up, I feel like they're trying to also ground themselves again so they can get back into that steady mindset. But that's what you get when you come to the Pan Ams. Everybody's good. You know, you just got to figure out how to be better than they're good. But we're about a 3-minute timeout here, not a little bit less, just because our clock hasn't started. So I'm gonna take a minute here, and we'll be back. Barbados back to serve. Atherley putting in a floater. Chile running the left pin. Slow down off of the block. That's all right. Jones doing his best to get underneath that ball after the slowdown from the block, but just unable to bring it up. And that's what you want out of a timeout, is for your team that called the timeout to win the point. Normally, if you call a timeout and then the opposing team goes back and puts it into the net or puts it out, it's called a coach's point. So, oh yeah, good turn. Off the block and down. Good use from Barbados, trying to use that height and that little bit of a mismatch there. Chile still just trying to get even right now. Barbados up 16-14. Lots of communication from head coach Stuart John to his players. Good receive here from Chile. Going on the outside, off the hands, slow down. Good pickup. Lots of time here for Jones to figure out who he wants to go to. Good tip attempt. Nice pickup from Chile. Oh, good out-of-system ball to the left pin. Oh, here we go. Come on, pipe ball. Good slow. Oh, so close. So a great thing about this match is we're being showcased a lot about defense here. Chile and Barbados have both of their players, especially the liberos, they're having the ability when they're digging the ball to actually fall forward and go into the ball. That's what you always want to do. If you're getting caught up a little bit high, taking it kind of off the chest, or trying to walk backwards, that means that you're clearly just not in the right spot. But you always want to fall forward to get the ball on top. Nice pancake. Oh, and out. Barbados really picking up some momentum here. But really, Chile and Barbados are showing us great defensive efforts. And obviously, if the ball's coming to you and you have to back up, you'd rather that to get it in play. But sometimes, you know, that's not always the best option. So it's great to see both teams just using their defensive technicalities to their advantage. Chile burning their second time out of this set. You get 2 per set. I got a back-to-back here. Barbados up 18-14. Just before we head back into the match, I want to recognize that the 7 Chiefs Sportsplex and Chief Jim Starlight Center is named in honor of the first 7 Chiefs who led the Tsutsina Nation following the signing of Treaty 7. Chief Bullhead, Chief Big Belly, Chief Joseph Big Plume, Chief David Crowchild, Chief Jim Starlight, Chief Dick Big Plume, and Chief Gordon Crowchild. The 7 Chiefs Sportsplex and Chief Jim Starlight Center is proudly owned and operated by the Tsutsina Nation. The Tsutsina Nation was formally established in 1877 by the signing of Treaty 7, recognizing a fully independent culture with a long history of progression and innovation. And we're back playing some volleyball. Here we go. Yeah, that's a good look. I think we got a little bit of a block touch and just tag that back end line there. High, hard, and deep. It's always going to score. Chile really coming out of that second time out of theirs, getting what they want, transitioning out into now being the serving team. Barbados still have a little bit of cushion here. You always want to be confident in the cushion, but not complacent. Good receive here. All the options available. Calling on the right pin. Nice swing. Out of bounds. Wasn't able to catch any fingers. Chile very confident. Barbados taking their timeout. Head coach Stuart John says, I'm done here. No worry. High-fiving some of his guys. So he's pointing to the screen a little bit, letting them know. Talking a little bit about blocking. When he was doing a little bit of a demonstration there, kind of accidentally got in the face of one of his players. That's why you got to stand back as a player. You got to know that when coach has something to say, you don't want to be in their zone, because if they're talking with their hands and you get whacked, it's not their fault. Barbados still seeming like they're in really high spirits, really loving the momentum they picked up. Chile still settling. Chile very serious in their play, you know, and I don't mind that. Got to do what you got to do for your program. Also, Chile has proudly won a bronze medal at this Pan Am tournament in the past. Trying to see what they can create here. Barbados, as to my knowledge, doesn't have any medal placement just yet, but also my information might not be updated. So if they do, congratulations. And if they don't, no problem. That's what we all want to do, is trying to get in that podium or just simply have some fun. Play good volleyball, have some fun. Chile back to serve. Sands chucking up the topper. Okay, high ball in the middle, calling on the left pin. Here you go, off the block, keep it moving. Out of system ball, a little bit tight here. Let's see what happens. Good recycle. One more time. There you go, nice dig down the line. Here we go, Costello out of system. Nice swing to the cross court. Sharp cross and down from number 10, Rodriguez. That's a great swing. That's a great swing. Being pulled a little bit inside instead of trying to turn his body and create kind of that momentum that isn't there. He just goes with the flow. Especially as an outside, sometimes going against the flow isn't a benefit for you. Sometimes you got to go exactly where your hips are leading, where the ball's telling you to go. Topper. Great receive from Thomas. Good. Slow down. Out of bounds. I wonder what it's like to have limbs that long that you can reach and reach and reach and then flick it down. Barbados only up by 1 now. Chile trying to close in, but Barbados still up 19-18. Nice float serve. Oh, good dig in the backcourt, right up. Perfect set. There you go. That is amazing. I will have my co-host with me tomorrow, but that is something that I would probably be, you know, punching somebody about. Did you see that? I guess I do have my buddy next to me who I can be. That's great. Great defensive effort in the backcourt. Perfect set. Great transition using off the block as well. Love it. Barbados really heating up here. Chile, nice receive. To the middle. Nice route. Yep. And at the same time, you know, does it really matter when Chile is just going to throw that at you? But Barbados doing a really good job, though, at keeping this lead. Still up 20-19. You have 8 seconds to go back and serve, by the way. That's why sometimes people take longer, people take shorter. You don't have to use all 8. Nice receive by Barbados. Here we go. Here we go. Slow down off the block. Out of system play. Calling on the C-ball. Out of system C-ball. Nice dig from the backcourt. Jones. We'll switch up here. Front row setter. That means only 2 front row options. Woo! Nice ball from Chile. So, you know, I would argue here that double contact might have been a thing for that ball because it came out super spinny. But with the area it went into and with that rule being resolved, allegedly, he's not going to get called on it. So great that he still took a swing on it, but that would be almost an example of a ball that potentially would have fit that description of a rule that is being phased out. Nice off the block. Here we go. Good pickup. Beautiful ball. There you go. A little bit of backspin on that ball, no problem. Oh, good attempt at the pancake. So when players kind of hit the ground and their arms are fully out, they're trying to get the ball on the back part of their hand. And to get that ball up, that would be what we would call a pancake. But the entirety of the ball has to be on your hand. Not one portion of the ball can actually touch the floor. Then it's ruled down. But we don't have any sort of necessary video replay for our lines. I think it's Volt 6 technology that they use down in the U.S. for real pro volleyball that just reviews and reviews and reviews, but they kind of gone away from traditional reffing just to get more of a mechanical eyesight, but I like the refs. Kind of keeps them, keep them involved, keep the human in volleyball. We don't always have to use machines, but there's an accuracy to Volt 6 that is really admirable, and I know at BNL as well, they use a video replay to go in and out, and the amount of challenges that you get in a match when they first had that was kind of bananas, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, accuracy and knowing, hard truths of what the ball is telling you is what's going on. And, sometimes the human eye can't always see what is proper, but we do try our best. Sometimes teams get lucky and you get a point that that you touched, but nobody else saw. So you can pretend, but it always comes back to you. Volleyball is such a karma game. There we go. Nice receive from Barbados. Jones going back out to the pin. Here we go. Slow down. No one knows where it is. Williams Bailey doing such a good job. He carries such a heavy load for this team. Barbados is very outside heavy right now. Jones is doing his best to put his hitters in the best position possible, but we're just not seeing a ton of middle involvement, which means that Chile knows that they can release a little bit earlier since the middle hasn't been a threat yet. So a little bit of a game on both ends when you start to don't go away from what's working, but also the other team pretty much knows what you're doing. Oh, good dig. Another outside ball. Williams Jones. Yes! That is a great rip. Williams Bailey just doing him, simply doing him. I unfortunately don't have any sort of updated stats that I can see actively. I'm sure I could check them after this set, but he's got to be at least double-digit kills by now. We're in the third set. If he doesn't have 10, then I don't know what's going on. And when I say that, he's going to be like 9. Nice floater. High receive here, calling on the C ball. Nice dig, going right back over. Play it, play it. Oh, good attempt. Chile getting a little bit of a break here, even though it's tied at 22. It's kind of felt like Barbados had a bigger gap, I'm not going to lie. So when you're bringing a ball out from an out-of-bounds area, to the best of my knowledge, you have to play it outside of the antenna in any regard for it to be put back over. But I will have to double check on that. But you are allowed to bring the ball basically back into play if it has gone out of bounds, such as the dig over that into somebody else's side, especially if the other team isn't actively pursuing it. And we got the green light. Nice floater. Here we go. Nice receive here. Come on, C-ball. Yeah. Nice look from Francis. Yeah, Jones really just feeding his pin hitters right now. Just doing the best he can. Thomas having such a great game. Libero for Barbados in the different colored jersey, number 1, which is very fitting. Doing such a great job of just handling what needs to be handled. And in the game of volleyball, sometimes that is enough. See how Chile responds. Nice. Oh, overpass. Flush down. Another overpass. Here we go. A little bit of confusion. A little bit tight. Here we go. Yep. Lois showing that he is also involved, blocking-wise. Barbados a little bit out of sorts right there. A little bit tough. The right side had passed the first contact, got in the setter's way, created an out-of-system area. Ooh, tough first touch. Let's see what... Yes! Oh, my goodness. You know what? Great spike from Chile to end the rally. But that save from Barbados, just cutting that so sharp, that is such a precision sharp, and that's so incredibly impressive to me. Here we go, Chile at match point potential. Good by Tomas. Nice off the block, tons of time here. Good, nice and calm. Off the block, good play out. Oh no. Congratulations to Chile, another win for them. Barbados ultimately falls in 3 sets to Chile. Great effort from Barbados to keep it moving. Definitely had a little bit of a slow start, but really started to show us their true athleticism. I mean, we're getting into the last 2 days of the tournament. These athletes have been going. You want to play your best in a semi and in a final, but you're tired. These young men are tired, and that's okay. And, you're trying to just situate yourself accordingly, and also there is a time difference here. I don't know when a lot of these teams came in, but there is a time change as well. So everyone's adapting accordingly, but I mean, such a great showcase of these young men just playing the sport that they love, and still got some more matches tomorrow. They will have one more match. Everyone will be playing out their matches as well. We'll play for 5th, bronze, and gold. Just keep an eye on the updated schedule to see where Barbados does end up being. Same thing for Chile. We'll also play out. We have a 5th, bronze, and gold match tomorrow. Just going to see where they land accordingly. Players are going to shake hands, I believe. Or maybe not. This is my first game as well. Everything's a little bit different. Okay, no problem. Well, okay, we will see you at our next match.
Program has ended. Program has ended. Program has ended.